Hello, so many viewers have come here. This is the first one in the year of the snake. Is it the first one? Yes, this is the first investment note of the year of the snake. In the last episode, it was still the year of the dragon. And as it hasn't arrived yet, I wish everyone good health. With the flu spreading seriously, please remember to wear a mask when going out. In the year of the snake, the initial opening day for Hong Kong stocks was not favorable, although it did create a positive candlestick. The year of the snake sees a price increase of over 500 yuan, but today the market closed at 20,597, reflecting a drop of 192 points. It opened slightly higher at the start of the day, reaching an intraday high of 20,827 shortly after the opening.
Hello, but it's okay.
I'm going to reach 20,000.
Hello, 205, 206, about the same. 206 is unstable. Yes, I'm here.
I think it's all okay because I spoke here before and I took a breath for a while regarding the tariff issue, but I said it's not that fast and there's still a 1 month grace period. That's it. Hey, Chun Chun, as we all know, he has done a lot of things since he took office. One time he said he would have a phone call with President Xi within 24 hours or within a week.
Yes, how come today is so busy that I won't talk to you, boss? Phone calls are very challenging.
I thought he would just talk for a few moments during his free time, but he didn't. Like that. They all need to be accurately translated for better understanding. Chun Chun has never had the opportunity to meet Donald Trump, but President Xi should know some English and be aware of many important things.
The background might make it unrecognizable. What's wrong?
His daughter appears to be studying in the US. But anyway, what does it truly matter? Boss, you will teach Dad to speak English from time to time, is that so?
Yes.
Hey, what do you have? We can speak English.
Yes, we all know each other. We definitely know each other. Yes, we indeed have an English AI live broadcast available for you to enjoy.
Well, everyone, this episode has it, right?
Every episode starts with this. We are. Yes, so if you have any questions or want to talk to us about anything, please feel free to leave a message on the message board. That's it. Yes, but when we started the show today, everyone saw it. Our title has a word. China's countermeasures have escalated, and Google has been subject to an antitrust investigation again. Well, first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the United States. If you have read the news today, it is said that the United States expects to impose a 10% tariff on China. However, that's primarily because China has implemented numerous effective countermeasures. They assert that individuals and businesses must pay taxes, and ultimately they maintain that this requirement is inconsequential. Then I will charge you a total of 15% tax on your coal and on liquefied natural gas. Well, and then, as anticipated, they will once again target Google and proceed to file a formal case for investigation, alleging that Google has indeed violated the anti-monopoly law of the People's Republic of China. And that's the situation. Today, if you take a moment to look at some news reports again, you may begin to wonder if you are too smart to engage in a phone conversation with him. There are rumors that in all aspects of China, in addition to a comprehensive investigation into Google, people are saying that they even want to investigate Intel. Why? It seems that the threat will be a little bigger. Well, it's important to note that Intel is the world's largest semiconductor company, with China being its largest market globally. The language has overtaken that of the US.
So according to his analysis, China is indeed Intel's largest market globally. Yes, absolutely.
Then let's talk about Intel's data, and then the sales in China in 2024 will reach 15.5 billion US dollars, which is about 120.7 billion Hong Kong dollars. Hey, it accounts for about 29% of their global revenue. Wow, 29% is almost 30%. Yes, so maybe from a feeling point of view, the intensity of investigating Intel is like forcing them to make a phone call and talk to them faster, which will be more powerful than investigating Google.
Will it happen? Actually, hey, what specific thing would you be worried about? If I had an iPad, I would be worried, but I am not worried.
What relevance does America have for me? I'm so worried.
The United States contributes significantly, accounting for 30% of Intel's performance and revenue. It accounts for 30% of US fiscal revenue. Does it matter at all, though? Yes, so it's the same thing. Hey, if you object, we'll investigate your antitrust case. Yes, if you have the ability, book Intel, right? Department. It's impossible if that's the case.
Well, one of our audience members told me a story, and I also have some doubts. Yes, so doesn't Google have any business in China?
Yes, but this survey is for Android. If we have read reports targeting Android, remember that Android is a product of Google. Yes, although most of the Android OS used in mainland China are like this, eh? There are some changes. Instead of going out, we will use Google Play to download the app. Yes, but you can't use Google Play in mainland China, that's right. The visible surface of Google is not fully accessible, including services like Gmail, for instance. Google Maps and many other popular applications are not accessible on Android devices within mainland China. However, among those who own smartphones, if their devices are neither Apple nor Huawei, it's noteworthy that approximately 9 out of 10 users are utilizing Android operating systems.
Yes, yes. But do you think this has a big impact? Because in reality, for Google operating in China, or more broadly for Google as a whole, many individuals in China actively use Apple smartphones for their daily needs.
Oh, yes, yes it is. Oh, it turns out that Apple phones in China are actually a little different, you can tell for sure.
Yes, indeed. Yes, no eSIM support is available, for example, So, and it seems that Apple Pay is not an option, correct?
Hey, his Apple Card banking service is located in Guizhou. Absolutely, that's correct. If we attend, it will have an impact on California. This is a later story. Well, yes, many people use Apple, but if you look at the mobile phone shipments in recent years, they have been surpassed by Xiaomi. Xiaomi recently utilizes Android, which is completely fine.
So, in fact, there will be an impact. That is, it is a monopoly.
He should definitely be banned.
Oh, because Xiaomi uses Android and so many other phones use Android. So they can use this excuse to say, hey, they are anti-monopoly.
Oh, that's right. Xiaohong is here again, and there is Honor, all those Honor, Vivo, and all those phones. As for Huawei, Huawei is not. I have never used Huawei. So why is it that it is sanctioned and does not need Google? Oh, so he utilized Hongmeng to precisely define Hongmeng Red? Hongmeng, it seems to be Hongmeng. Yes, absolutely. Of course, some people claim they chose Android because it is open source, allowing for more customization and flexibility in their device usage. Hey, open source code, that's the same. China likes open source code. I keep saying that Discord is also open source code. Yes, that's absolutely correct, because it's indeed a new house, which means it has the potential to be renovated and improved. However, the living room, kitchen, bathroom, and all the spaces behind those areas remain unchanged. In other words, those parts have not been modified. Rather, they are essentially reconfigured versions of someone else's designs and belongings, which have been altered and revamped to create a fresh look. Yeah, well, if you take that into account, then it's really a monopoly.
Why?
It's about OI, iOS, and you. It's not a monopoly. That's it. You're not the next person to be investigated. Apple.
Alas, Apple should not be so hasty in its decisions. It should seriously consider banning not just one, but both iOS platforms. If they implement such a ban, what alternatives will users actually have available to them? It's really Hongmeng. Hongmeng. Yes, that's right. It's really like being isolated from the world. But no, if we looked at it in 1810, we would go back to talk about the past. We might have looked at it a little earlier. The order is a little different today. We might as well look at Google first. Because it's Google, they have achieved results. Facebook is it. Oh, hey, let me open Google and take a look first.
The chart of Chinri does not display the pre-market situation, which was dire, with nearly a 7% drop before opening. Well, I think for now, this is the after-hours price. Yes, for now, this is the after-hours price. The price after the market closes, yes. Hey, 190 is 2.56 cents. Yes, it dropped by 15.5, 1.5 cents. Yes.
So why? Do you have the capital? Hey, I do. Let me check before the market opens.
No microphone at home yet?
Oh no, is it not enough time? Is it still not enough? Let's take a look first. Hey, let's take a break from using Google, okay? No, they're all after the market. 190, there are 191 2.9 cents in the night market. Yes, 191 2.9 cents. Hey, 200 and 0.
The market fell by 7% by the end of the day.
206 3 cents. How can I explain it? It's an Apple bag. Well, the performance has been announced. It has dropped by about 7%, that's right. Well, it announced its fourth quarter results. Its revenue was 96,469 billion, up 12% year on year, but still lower than the expected 96.56 billions of dollars. The other thing went smoothly, 36 billion US dollars. Oh, but I really don't know what specifically caused his sudden rush. I want to ask you, is it possibly related to his cloud service? Because his impressive Google Cloud revenue is 11.955 billion US dollars. While it rose by 31.1% compared to the same period last year, it still falls short of the market's anticipated figure of just $12.19 billion. In fact, the overall income generated from the same channels has significantly increased by approximately 10%. YouTube's advertising revenue currently accounts for approximately 13% of its total earnings.
The overall income increased by 12%. That's right. Overall income and the reference both increased by 12%. The net profit has increased, which is a big number, up by 28%. Okay. The company's performance aligned with strong market expectations. Yes, it is related to the cloud. Expectations regarding the cloud exist. However, do keep in mind that Google consistently ranks as the third option rather than being the leader in the market. Well, the The company operates in the cloud business sector and currently ranks third, making efforts to catch up from behind with a market share of 30%, which indicates growth. Frankly speaking, I think it's not so good. Yes, I completely agree, but I would like to emphasize another important point. Another critical flaw is that many people assume the AI you are currently using, even if it is developed by a Chinese company, is predominantly utilized only by Chinese businesses and organizations. Chinese firms utilize China cloud services? Yes. Well, that may not be an exaggeration, as it can effectively drive innovation and growth, which is beneficial for American companies overall. So, what specific worries do you have regarding this situation? Yes. Considering these worries, what is Google's current capex? The increase in funding is $75 billion total. Yes, indeed. How tight are the current market expectations overall? 58 billion. Absolutely, this is indeed surpassing market expectations once again. But if you ask me what I think, I'm not too pessimistic actually. Google's valuation is not actually expensive. Yes. For businesses that operate outside of the realm of cloud computing, they continue to maintain a dominant position in their respective markets. However, any company that faces lawsuits for monopolistic practices in various fields typically does so because they hold significant power and influence over the market. Yes, they are severely monopolized in Europe. Well, regardless of the situation, their advertising revenue is fairly decent overall. It's just considered average compared to industry standards. Regarding YouTube, as you mentioned towards the end, the total advertising revenue saw an increase of 11%, which is just barely in the double digits. YouTube has increased by 14%, which is generally called low single digit or low double digit. Yes, and the platform device revenue of Google subscription services has grown by single digits, which is 7.8%. To be honest, this is actually quite satisfactory, which is called doing the homework. The market's expectations are significantly more than just that. However, the reason I believe he is not overly pessimistic is that when you consider the long-term perspective, the integration and application of AI across various software technologies is not just possible but inevitable. This represents a significant trend suggesting that your related data requirements will unquestionably be substantial and continuously growing. Data requirements include two key aspects: data storage and data processing. Could you possibly place that type of data storage inside a hat display bag instead? You don't have to put up a cloud. The outcome of this situation heavily depends on the specific type of technology that you decide to use. Google's cloud technology currently holds the third position in the market, trailing behind its competitors Amazon and Microsoft, who are leading in this sector. I believe there is still a vision that poses a significant threat to both of the aforementioned points. So that's the first thing to consider, and the second important aspect is data processing. So Google, please remember why he let you go for $200 previously, alright? In fact, the main reason is that everyone holds a great admiration and respect for him. We discussed this earlier in the year. Well, while it's not specifically a 2B aspect that's directly linked to the current AI model, I believe that computing power will emerge as a significant technology theme in the second half of this year and in the following years. As advancements continue, I think everyone will start to pay much closer attention to its implications and potential impact on various sectors. As for Google, I believe that it certainly provides me with some solid support for its stock price overall. Well, that's why you asked me this question now. For the time being, I can just regard it as a special offer period.
Yes, what you said, in fact, is talking to the same audience. He said that Google now seems to be a buying opportunity because it has dropped to 190 something, which is like losing 200.
I personally own this stock, Lishan.
Yes, that's it. Well, it's not because of that. You just mentioned a point, and I was thinking, I just don't know how everyone will see it because of the DeepSeek, yes. Because this sound is very difficult to pronounce, it is difficult to pronounce another word like this.
Oh, what?
Yes. Well, anyway, this is an advanced AI called Sophia, and that's it.
It's a specific model, and that's exactly what it is.
Since its release, it's no surprise that everyone appears to be extremely excited about it. Even some friends who have never previously interacted with ChatGPT reached out to me, either calling or sharing their thoughts about it enthusiastically when they got home. Hey, download it quickly. It seems to be very useful. It seems to be chatting with you. But it is a little different from ChatGDP in that it is like a friend chatting with you when you ask it a question. I'll give you some information later.
Oh, there will be some nonsense because Li Sheng, because I can't reach him on WhatsApp. Oh yes, I WhatsApped him and he has already fried a lot of fans. Only the phone has been deleted, yes.
No, it should be stated that after it is hit, it cannot last for long after being impacted.
It's the second day. Yes, it's the second day. The next day I downloaded WhatsApp, but it was missing.
Well, I am quite quick to approve it as I am still actively using it at this moment. Then after that, I will have a conversation with you for a while and subsequently provide you with an official answer. Yes, but that's the case. I have the same thing every day because our company is doing some AI things. After gaining more exposure to it, I truly believe that with AI, if there isn't a highly trusted and secure processing or storage location, a significant amount of your sensitive data could be leaked. This is indeed the case. Everyone who has experimented with AI may know this to be true.
Who understands AI play?
I originally wanted to let me open it.
Hey, using AI does not mean that there is Sun Langling in the back.
It's harder than I thought. Few people around me seem to be familiar with AI. Is that correct? Yes, a little. Maybe it's because we are not in the same industry or we are not in the media, so I don't know why there are so few of them. Anyway, as soon as DCC came out, they were very excited. Wow, it seems like nearly everyone around me is using AI technology, including myself as well. Yes, well, that's right now. For example, Australia is also using some national security risk reasons following the United States and Taiwan. They have stated that their personnel are strictly prohibited from utilizing any DeepSeek related products, applications, or services on government issued equipment. I believe that they pose certain risks, specifically the potential for sensitive information and personal privacy to be compromised or leaked. Well, yes, his knowledge appears to be rather limited. If you ask him certain questions, he will likely not answer them.
The issue at hand is not related to their language model itself, but rather pertains to their data source as well as potential regulatory challenges they may face. Yes, it's a question of following some rules when entering the channel. Yes, regarding your inquiry, would it be considered troublesome or difficult to implement a ban on disk products? I believe we need to closely examine the same concept as disks. Is there truly a model that operates exceptionally well, very quickly, and efficiently in practice? This new system is significantly more efficient than the current model, and it has even surprised and shocked the scientific community as a whole.
Yes, and the cost is flat.
Yes. Well, it seems that someone has calculated the total cost, or someone might also question why use so few chips? Because you bought those high-end chips a long time ago before the ban was implemented. No, you bought them so you don't use less when flushing the channels. That's how it is said. Of course, the specific architecture and design of the algorithm itself significantly influence the overall cost and efficiency of training the machine learning model. Someone made an interesting analogy that I would like to borrow. It's as if you are in a vast library, having just entered a space filled with countless books and knowledge waiting to be explored. If you are looking to discover a collection of classic Jin Yong novels, he will quickly inform you that they are housed in an old historical building, where he has created an impressive Huahualong system. So what about ChatGPT? That is, or some other existing language models, can help you open the books at a very fast speed and see that this book was written by Jin Yong. Yes. You can easily imagine this scenario. It's remarkably fast, but it does require a significant amount of resources to accomplish it. Yes, it has changed. There is a difference in their efficiency. Yes, that's indeed the case. However, even faster, more powerful, and more systematic AI models still necessitate significant hardware resources. So yes, it doesn't lessen the ongoing demand for advanced hardware availability. What's more, for existing applications that are currently in use, for example, if we are utilizing one of the available language models, we will not abruptly switch to a different second language model and apply it to our ongoing session without prior notice or preparation. Some companies waste human resources because they lack the know-how.
Oh no, but yes, after our team developed this innovative model, the CEO of Google surprisingly commented on it, and he genuinely praised it highly for its potential impact. Yes, that's right, because he has successfully developed an innovative AI model at an impressively low cost. In fact, it all means that the original cost of using AI is, that is, the cost has a chance to decrease, thus expanding the market opportunities for AI, but what I want to express is that he himself mentioned the same point, specifically stating that the other party is employing a very low-cost strategy to develop their AI technology. However, when I inquired about it, it appeared that they would actually raise the costs, meaning that the investment in AI research and development would lead to higher expenses.
We're discussing Google, because just like Zhenghua said, Google still needs to use the cap of more than 70 billion in this fiscal year. Yeah, this is much higher than market expectations. However, there is simply no way around this fact because he and she are inherently two different individuals. The first point is, hey, he's really strong, but he definitely needs to further strengthen his cloud. Indeed, it turns out that this system is actually an indispensable component in the AI world because it is fundamentally related to efficient data storage and management. Well, this is the first thing. The second thing is that they need to provide an application scenario. This is the first and most important point. Think about it. What a powerful language model. Wow. So magical, so sharp. So how can we charge you for subscription free? Purely, how did you become so advanced?
Yes, it's really cheap, only a few $1,000s a year.
I thought you meant you were collecting 2 gulps of water monthly. How many do you want to gather before returning? It's hard to tell whether you are really good or not. You are unable to support the behind-the-scenes operations. Yes, indeed. So the pressing question is, how can an AI model be successfully transformed into a viable profit model? This presents a significant challenge and test for all companies involved in AI-related technologies and services. Indeed, yes, it will always remain this way, so for now I will discuss it and you can't simply escape from this situation. Absolutely. M7 continues to be an essential investment in the ever-evolving technology landscape, much like prominent companies such as Nvidia and Meta, among others. However, it's important to note that M7 does not require or expect you to purchase all 7 of its offerings. I can choose selectively, but I don't hold any shares.
No, let's try ETFs, that's fine.
Yes.
Well, we have been talking about Google for a while, and you just mentioned cloud. What do the 3 clouds signify? The United States mentioned an unclear triple combination, which I don't know.
Oh, look, 3 fluffy clouds. M7, it's 3 clouds.
Sure, let's shift the conversation to something different, like Amazon, since it's such a major topic, right? Results will be revealed tomorrow. Whatever the situation may be is all crucially important. The market dynamics are like this, the expectations are set like this, and all eyes are intently focused on Channel Cloud's developments.
AWS, yes.
Look, wow, brother, what do you think of this?
Well, I think it usually happens like this. The star explodes, and then the results are released, and everyone is disappointed after the results are released. Disappointed in every way, and then it comes back, so you don't have to hesitate.
It concerns buying products.
No, it's not just that. I actually own all the shares of a Shuang company. Absolutely, I will definitely increase my position if that particular situation occurs. Hey, it's extremely important to me. What is my absolute favorite thing? What I like most are the shares. He is the number 1 choice and the leader. The channel has not attained monopoly status yet. Because Microsoft is not merely a trend, and Google is not a fleeting trend either. They are working hard to catch up. Although their recent closure has disappointed the public, they continue to strive toward that goal of catching up. Yes.
No, but it's the same as Amazon. Actually, it's something else. I have also highlighted it. Actually, it has its own chips. So if we compare it with the competitors' CPUs and GPUs, specifically Fedia's offerings, I believe that this technology can significantly assist programmers by saving them approximately 40% in overall training costs, making it a valuable option. Do you think that all of these can be included? Looking at Amazon, in addition to being the channel leader in terms of cloud, can these same things be included? Well, they are factors in our investment considerations. I think so, because you have reduced the cost by 40%, which is actually a lot, such as training costs.
Absolutely, yes. This innovative system will undoubtedly be a significant highlight of their future income growth, and I am eager to discuss it indeed. Yes, that's absolutely right, but it cannot fully replace the established position of the existing NN media outlets. Just temporarily, haha.
Yes, that's right, but at the same time, the audience said that the price is quite good, you can buy it when it falls, that's what you said, and slowly average out the cost. Well, let me take a moment to mention it to all of you. In the third quarter of 2024, its total AWS revenue impressively set a record of $27.4 billion US dollars. Compared to the same period last year in 2023, it actually increased significantly by about 19%. You can check it out. Also this year, his wishes for the weekend are actually on tomorrow, and his performance will be announced on tomorrow.
Wow, he has been involved in a wide range of projects, from expansive data centers to advanced chips, covering everything from computing to microwave technology and even front-end applications. Well, yes, that definitely is the main channel, the significant attraction of such large enterprises.
Well, I want to ask some very stupid questions because it's about Amazon. From my perspective, I don't have any way to study their cloud. However, regarding the various items he sells, I rarely find myself using them. Honestly, I seldom shop online at all. Oh, he rarely buys things. Actually, yes, I just want to know what he buys because now...
Is it good to use? Do you want to ask me?
I don't find it very useful, so I don't think it's helpful. But I have used this channel. We bought some books from Hong Kong or abroad anyway on Taobao, and we couldn't buy those books.
However, there is a potential concern that needs to be addressed, which is that the packages originating from Hong Kong and not those coming from mainland China may require to be broken up into smaller shipments. Yes, this is precisely the important point I want to convey to you. Yes, indeed, a significant amount. Many of their products originate from China.
Yes, it's on Dad, it's passed on, there's nothing to worry about, it can't be discussed. You just mentioned it. It was today, or should be Chin Day. It officially came into effect on Chin Day. It was announced that we would suspend the acceptance of parcels from China and Hong Kong. On the other hand, they will implement a significant 10% increase in tariffs on various Chinese products. He discusses Chinese products, emphasizing that those who pay attention to details are respected and taken seriously.
Oh, it's time to eat it. Yes, Hong Kong has been an inseparable part of China since ancient times.
I have clearly stated this before, so just take a closer look. It could be the same product A, and that's perfectly fine.
That was before, but now it's an exception. Sunming is no longer effective.
No, everyone is welcome to take a look, but after this news was released today, it was quite unusual that some airline stocks experienced a decline.
This is certainly a formal complaint. Although it doesn't pertain specifically to you, it is an issue that does concern you. You might find it to be unreasonable. However, I can explain why the expansion threshold of $8,800 served as a sort of escape route in previous situations. It's a valuable opportunity for small and medium-sized enterprises like yours to successfully launch a business, establish a strong foothold, or initiate a small venture. So now this road is blocked for you. Previously, items might have been sent by air freight due to their small quantity, but speed was sufficient. System. Therefore, it requires a slightly higher expense. You're not really too fussy, that's correct. The percent series has much higher output. However, you can't measure it, but you can still manage to find something to eat. Now that this road is gone, what exactly do we really need air transport for anyway? I'll pack it up and store it in the locker. As a result, this situation evolves into a significant demand, leading to reduced worries for many individuals. However, I am not particularly surprised by this occurrence. When discussing airline stocks, it's important to note that a substantial 90% of their revenue is generated from passenger transport services. Certainly, here's the expanded version of your text. For example, the shares of the National Bank and similar institutions, and 753, yes, 753 indeed, the prices of these financial channels are not excessively high. Today's drop in market value, which is quite significant, seems to be 293, and that is indeed more exaggerated than usual. Yes, see you soon. So there are 293 passengers and more freight. Yes, your very first speech truly surprised and impressed everyone present. Yes, let me tell you something. Hello, what's going on in Hong Kong? Now, America certainly reminds you of that, yes. The US now reminds you that you share the same nationality as China.
Yes. There is still a package from the United States that I haven't received, huh?
If you haven't received anything, don't worry. When sending a package from the US to Hong Kong, customs duties may not apply. Yes, it is indeed sent out promptly. The United States receives the package from Hong Kong and mainland China efficiently.
So please don't be alarmed, Gary, at all. Oh, by the way, because I also want to talk to you about Hong Kong stocks today, well, since we are talking about the issue of tariffs, let's get on with it. As for Morgan Stanley, they said actually it was beyond their expectations, that is the expected range. It was not that much. It exceeded their expectations, both in terms of the speed of increasing tariffs and their range. Morgan Stanley has recently advised that investors exercise caution and avoid the stocks of 28 specific Chinese companies. This recommendation stems from their belief that the most recent tariff actions imposed by the United States government will likely have a negative impact on the performance and value of these particular stocks in the market. Yes, let me tell you about them. There are 9 companies. In fact, 9 of their shares are Hong Kong stocks, which is BYD Electronics, 250, Tektronic Industries, 669, Haier Smart Home, Medea Group, AAC Technologies, Sun City Group, ASM Pacific, and Mint. It doesn't matter if it's like this, Nevada. Hey, on the contrary, in so many places, if you talk like that, the big devil will issue a report and tell everyone to be careful. That is, you may have to avoid it. So let me take a look. Do you agree or not? What does it mean? Hey, what does it mean to agree or not?
Do you share the Great Demon's opinion?
Actually, I agree. You agree, and I agree. I typically don't analyze Morgan Stanley's reports in any particular manner. Instead, I simply focus on examining the relevant data and the accompanying charts, and that's all there is to my approach. Let me take a closer look at the list, and then I will remember how I initially discovered it. Interestingly, there is a Mercury Technology entry from 2018. Then let's take a look. There are actually quite a lot of bad news in 2018. To be honest, when I saw his head, I found that he actually looked quite handsome. Then I'll take a look at the news he has recently published. In fact, they are all about urgent things. Huawei is about to launch its high-end mobile phone. It is said that its lens will use Mercury Technology's WLG hybrid lens. Well, I have something else that is now on Mercury. We are also exploring some new businesses, that is robotic propulsion. Same glasses as AL, same taste. So, what are your thoughts on this broken star now? How do you perceive its beauty and significance? Having just entered the industry, I've been told that handling mercury and silver is challenging, leading others to doubt my longevity in this field. While it might only be temporary, that's not entirely accurate. With proper preparation and perseverance, success is achievable.
In the past, it was twin stars who had twin mobile phone devices.
We are both from ICBC Shinyu back in 2018. Yes, that's Apple. Yes, what do you think now? As for this Mercury, I personally would not buy it. I personally would not buy it, but Huawei and the channel are cooperating together.
I have a preference for the larger companies, but the important question remains. Is the growth potential of this industry still strong?
What do you think? Mobile phone lens. Now, in my mind, well, in the past, when Apple launched a new iPhone, everyone would rush to buy it. I want to be the first one, I want to buy it, and then I will speculate on it. However, in recent years, it seems that the Apple 12 and 13 models do not exhibit that characteristic fried taste. If there's no fried taste, what exactly can one fry? Yes, it seems that nowadays people don't really pursue or chase after models anymore.
We've received fewer orders from Apple, which is important. Because it's Apple, it's China's supply chain. Apple has explored the Indian supply chain, and the 15 series is both made and manufactured in India. Dear. The global supply chain poses questions about assembly locations. We are now focusing on establishing operations in India, which will play a more significant role in the future. Indeed, you have significantly altered the existing supply chain dynamics affecting the manufacturers, and the uncertainty regarding channel participation will likely increase as a result.
Speaking of India, do you think that India remains a more suitable investment market now compared to other options available? Is it a bit sudden for me to ask this?
Your ETF sharply declined after I saw you buy it.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask.
Hey, if you make a stop-loss price, you must always stop-loss. What do I think? When the stop-loss price is lowered, it must be reduced, and this will always be the case.
TFD people are not like that. It seems that the operation is somewhat different from that of stocks.
Oh, I think it's just the opposite. Well, why? Speak logically. Think of a specific stock you have in mind, and I will determine an appropriate stop-loss point for you. Well, let's say you really set a stop-loss first. If the price you bought drops by over 15%, you must implement a stop-loss. Okay, so the reason behind this decision is that if an investment has a volatility level exceeding 15%, then its associated risk is significantly too great and not proportional to my potential return, so I have to sell it. Yes, that's the assumption behind this system. Okay, so you have a diversified basket of various stocks, which is essentially an ETF. Yes. Why do you want to buy a channel? Channels help to mitigate risks. Risk diversification means that, in theory, when certain industries are experiencing declines, other industries tend to be thriving and growing. The effect it creates is that its amplitude is smaller. Hello, so its volatility is the same as that of stocks. I guess its reasons are even stronger. Should. Yes, if you decide to set a stop loss of 15% for a particular stock, then your ETF should not exceed a maximum of 105%. Oh, yes.
There are none available, even if I purchase one.
The 15% is a self-set example within the system. Yes, but of course, there are several theories that suggest I shouldn't cut my losses at all.
Yes, I just heard that most of the theories are just words. What is it? Body friends around you.
Yes, friends around me. If you don't sell, you won't incur losses.
Yes, the situation is similar to an ETF. As the price falls, it continues to accumulate, leading to lower prices.
The central premise here revolves around your level of confidence, which is the underlying factor. For instance, if you genuinely believe in the long-term upward trend of the Hong Kong stock market, then you can consistently save 2,800 all the way through. Well, you probably wouldn't mind if you underperformed the global market. Dear.
Well, you can certainly take another closer look at it.
This is not investment advice. You have to adapt it to your own perspective and situation. Well, if you ask for my opinion on this matter, I will continue to support my choice. There's one more important thing to remember, and that is the aspect of finance. Local financial markets do not always have a direct connection to the overall local economy they serve. Yes.
Everyone can take a look and see what this really means for us. No, I didn't bring anyone to grab the dolls. It's so big, what's the point of grabbing the dolls? Because he curiously asked, what do you think of this Bandai Blue Dream Man figure? He genuinely doesn't seem to know anything. Is there such a stock? Regarding the mainland situation, feel free to call me again, Gary. Well, there is actually something else I want to share with you regarding AMD. Let me clarify, no, I'm sorry, we need to discuss Microsoft now because we just talked about the first 3 clouds and we still haven't covered Microsoft yet. That's it, what's the matter? Microsoft, what do you have in your family?
I hold it.
Even when not angry, I remember it.
Yes, yes. But because other things have been upgraded, Microsoft's screen layout has become more detailed.
Microsoft, I don't want to complain. I just want to ask, are you slowly making friends like this?
Hey, there's nothing special about adding positions. It's all a bit of a surprise, but that's what I want to say. Hey, no, it's just okay. Absolutely, yes, it is indeed a high Alibaba. Conversely, Alibaba can also be a low Alibaba, yes.
Aside from Microsoft, it's advisable to consider the recent 7 Reds, particularly Nvidia. Because of Nvidia, because of the DeepSeek, in fact, they are quite proud of this logic. Why? What do you think?
What about logic systems? Your words.
His explosion in popularity stemmed from a low-cost publicity strategy he effectively employed. This is an AI model that is similar to ChatGPT in functionality and design. So just follow. Some people think since it can be done with such a low cost, why does ChatGPT or maybe Meta have to spend so much money to develop an AI model, so on?
What happens if I decide to overthrow myself and then end up getting a disk? What about obtaining an open source disk? Can I simply download an open source version and create a copy for myself? That's an incorrect number.
Yes, yes. Hey, but if you really believe that, do you agree that Nephridia is indeed a very special period right now? I will increase my position, regardless of the outcome.
I was indeed talking yes, yes before when my colleagues asked me, hey, do you want to join the media team with us? I said I added some. Oh, just gradually add some more, slowly, yes.
No, some of my friends are like this. Maybe they bought a video, and they all seem to be very lazy and surprised. I'm terrified and feel like I'm falling apart.
Well, because I am far away from that, that is, I have averaged the cost price, which is really too far away, so I will not calculate it. Now you are talking about too far away, I really want to say that you really calculate it. Taste sample. There's no need to calculate it as the cost is actually below 0.
I'm very upset at home. Yes, why do I feel so angry later? I checked my purchase price of $19 again. It seemed like I had bought it a long time ago when it was on the market for a while. I would have quit if it were only about $20. But the problem is, in fact, Ryan kept emphatically telling us during his show that we absolutely just have to buy it and watch it, insisting insistently, like this, Auntie, you really have to buy it and experience it for yourself. The difference is not about kneeling here.
No way, truly. I believe that many of the listeners of this program will really buy it.
What a pity, so annoying. Because it's too late, I have a problem, I bought it too early, I don't think it has a chance to upgrade.
You don't have to go out, you can stay in. Oh, really? No, I definitely don't support that idea. In this particular case, you can just spread out some of the available resources, but remember, the money is quite limited. I guess you don't have to clear out all your inventory at once, right?
Well, but I never thought that this Bin Laden stock could be so powerful. Like this thing could break through 100. Even Eon said so. Hey, no idea. I really can't predict it. If I had predicted it, I would be really stupid. It was only $19 at that time.
If you discuss a few key investments from last year, such as Pinterest or even gold, then yes, gold is performing exceptionally well. It is currently booming and trending strongly in the market. At the start of last year, we already had this live broadcast platform in place. I remember discussing this. While everyone can stir fry, there's one aspect that will falter. Yes, indeed, Jan, must admit that I have lost. This is unfortunately the case.
Hey, PLTR has a PE ratio of several hundred times. How do you estimate it? This thing.
With a PE ratio in the hundreds, estimation is impossible. Alas, I just want to talk about it, but this is also true. It just reminds us, hey, if you go to find some flat PE, you don't buy China Railway Construction, you don't buy ICBC, then it means I am not choking you. No. Yes, that is why we must reflect on ourselves and ask ourselves, sometimes why are some things so expensive? Some cheap items remain unsold. Why is that? Let's reflect on the ancient aspects behind it.
You mentioned this one, so I wanted to ask, what about Xiaomi?
Its price to earnings ratio is significantly higher than that of Xiaomi. Does he have sufficient justifications to back his elevated PE? What is Xiaomi's primary focus? We need to deconstruct the channel and understand its essence.
Absolutely, in my perspective, Xiaomi represents a modern home appliance, akin to a car but with a strong emphasis on home convenience.
Well, even if it is possible, well, you and I have it, we have organizations and everything. Yes, try to vividly imagine yourself energetically drawing on a large whiteboard and brainstorming ideas there. I will ask you about a mouse stone. What is Xiaomi? Oh, you mentioned home appliances. Yes, home appliances are the same thing, yes. Perhaps everyone will talk about cars, particularly SUVs, yes. Everyone mentioned, hey, that Laka mobile phone, it is a mobile phone stock. Alright, I have carefully listed the 3 items mentioned above. Which one among them can potentially have a PE ratio exceeding 20 times? The industry average PE ratio does not exceed 20. No, I want to say something, that's why it is so expensive.
Some people claim that Chinry is great and priced at only $40, similar to Xiaomi, but there are doubts. I don't remember.
System.
I haven't watched it in a long time, so it feels like I'm at the bottom of it. Follow me, Xiaomi doesn't sell cars, nor does it sell home appliances, it sells dreams.
What is his dream? Then you have to describe it.
Well, we, the people, can truly enjoy the highest quality products at the lowest affordable price available.
So the key point is, what do you use to buy stocks? Money, system, so it is the lowest price? Yes. It's up to you. If you want to make money, just measure it. Well, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to make such a big amount. Once you arrive at these locations, you'll notice that an increasing number of them are made of concrete, and the greater the amount of concrete present, the simpler it becomes to count the items accurately. Once the numbers are counted, comparisons will follow. The worst thing about him is that there are too many things on this earth that can be compared to him. Hey, have you thought about it? Is there possibly a second Xiaomi within the same company? Not necessarily. Do you want another phone? There is a plot. Is there a second car? Have. He copied others himself.
Yes.
However, if that is indeed the case, and the group sells as a unified entity, then you must carefully evaluate the concept of synergy. Is this synergy truly worth a significantly high valuation in the current market? This is the system. A question mark is present. Yes. Are there any synergistic effects in the channel? Adding a car, mobile phone, and home appliances together. In fact, Xiaomi truly understands all the rules of the game. He is selling quickly, but what's his name? Xiaomi, the brand, Xiaowai. Oh yes, indeed, Xiaowai. It's a definite yes. His young love-struck classmate simply wishes to link these concepts together, similar to what Li Zhenghua mentioned, if these elements are combined. It doesn't matter whether you sell or not wherever you go. If you sell or not, there will be a synergy effect. Some people buy and some people don't buy. Well, this kind of fear of loss may support its valuation. But if you ask me, well, after all, if I purchase a Xiaomi home appliance on its own, I will definitely still find it useful and continue to use it, yes. So if I buy a lot of home appliances, a car, and a mobile phone, will the user experience be affected immediately? Or will it be that if I buy 3 items, the price will simply be tripled, rather than 5 times as much if I buy 3 items? In other words, I can indeed count without a doubt. So, there are people in the market who are counting, and therefore their valuation is temporarily considered to be overweight.
Yes, perhaps it's because I'm a female user. Men often seem to be more rational in discussions.
Boss, it's irrational for women to buy stocks.
Because I tend to be quite emotional and irrational about Xiaomi. It's not possible, it's just that as a marketing person, I can really understand women's mentality. For example, I may be on the bus and it's very hot in summer, or I may be on the subway and it's very hot in summer, but I can still use a mobile phone. I remotely controlled the house and asked him for help opening it.
But is this something that only Xiaomi can do? No, that's the problem. Consider this carefully. The best thing is, wow, so think about it, ask someone in your team. If the team is all women, do they all use Xiaomi? This has nothing to do with men and women, it seems. This is you. This is a user experience indeed. I don't deny that it is a user experience, but it may not necessarily relate solely to women.
Yes, that's why everyone tells Lei Tai to stay calm. However, we have all seen that Xiaomi has now broken through the roof. It's called a system. He needs to reach the top, right? The channel broke the top as there were no crabs left.
Can you not let it go, right? He called the police to report a situation that he felt was concerning. However, he believed there was no valid reason for such drastic action. In fact, he found it quite challenging to increase his investments in penny stocks, which often require careful consideration and strategy. Despite the difficulties he faced, he encouraged others to continue promoting his financial ambitions and to keep working hard to elevate his investment portfolio. Because there are no crabs found on it and the other ones are merely fed there. Department. Transferring goods from big stocks to other locations will be challenging. Secondly, if you want to continue to push the channel higher, you will need more money. Yes, this is the most direct way. Hey, I'll just send some out to eat first. Absolutely, yes, I can see that you truly enjoy it, and I want it just for you. All large stocks tend to perform slowly due to their size. Then you also need to convince larger funds such as these funds to continue to invest in high-quality channels. Where does this persuasiveness come from? It relies on Lei Jun's storytelling skills. But to be honest, Lei Jun has not been able to convince me at this moment.
I haven't convinced you yet, but I have convinced me.
He doesn't convince you, he attracts you. You have to understand the two things clearly. Well, to persuade, you must provide evidence.
Yes. Some listeners subsequently informed Xiaomi that its ambitious target for the Ultra model this year is to successfully sell 10,000 units. Ultra is the SUV series, that is YU7, called the OK series. Hello, but it's not. No, YU is the fast version, fast sports car version, high performance version. OK is like 10,000 steps. I don't know if it's difficult or not. You can pay more attention to it in 1810. Even if you don't speak much, it feels like you're selfishly indulging. Translation and spraying are key topics, starting with PLTR.
Because, PLTR, I have a few cars, I want to talk, you want to talk, I want to talk about one more indicator. Hey, why do we have to focus on the indicator of 20,000 to 25,000 units? If it is a relatively new force, such as a car company that has emerged in recent years, it still needs to account for amortization on its capital expenses for its machinery and equipment, as well as depreciation on its assets, among other financial considerations. Yes, there is some accounting stuff to do. Well, what's more, he is still spending money. If the amount is not enough, the money will be burned. If he wants to reach this amount, he must first have enough money to invest. I don't know. Based on Xiaomi's gross profit margin, I think it is roughly estimated to be around this number. It's the industry average, so there is no order of magnitude. Oh no, it was exactly 24,000 units last month. Am I right that it was SU7?
Oh, I didn't pay attention to his car, actually.
If you are talking about ultra high performance cars, because they are ultra high performance cars, their gross profit margins are inherently high. Well, of course, I don't know how high the gross profit margin of the European color channel is. I haven't seen the number yet. But generally speaking, the higher the performance of the car, the higher the gross profit margin. Well, for example, if you look at a Ferrari with a 2.1 margin, it has 27%. Generally speaking, the gross profit margin of a car is about 10 to 20%. The gross profit margin is higher in accounting, while the EBITDA margin is lower, close to the profit level. Yes, so everyone, if you are interested in the Xiaomi system or pay attention to Xiaomi, you can take a look at these indicators.
Yes, continue P. Hey Plantera, yes. Since you mentioned cars, I want to talk to you about getting off the car again.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, because it is Penat Day. I always think that I can work overtime. Well, no need, it's generous enough. Because on Penat Day, I think I will just talk to everyone about the data. There is no reason for you to talk after the opening, and then there will be a burst of laughter. There is nothing special about it.
Oh, so he actually did have some achievements 2 days ago.
Yes, the channel has performance, so it's not nonsense, it's just that it's so big, it's really nonsense.
I think so. Hello. Suddenly an alert popped up on my phone. It's rising to a record high of over $100. What? Did I see it wrong?
So do you think you have lost some weight?
Oh, I reduced a little for pocket money.
Okay, let me be frank. The fourth season has already been free of cost, that's it. In the fourth quarter, channel revenue increased by 36% year-on-year to 828 million yuan, which is better than the market expectation of 776 million yuan. In addition, the US government's revenue increased by 45% year-on-year, which is 343 million. As for channel expectations, the revenue expectations for 2025 are expected to grow at the highest year-on-year, 30% ranging from 3.74 to 3.76 billion US dollars, which is higher than the market expectation of 3.52 billion.
I always think of this as a catalyst, but I still look at the company's turnover. But he was just talking about Elon Musk's efficiency council, eh? It's Doge. This can alleviate their burden. Well, good. It makes the government operate more like a business society and be more transparent. Two bodies, I tend to agree with the positive view. First of all, I want to say that this can help you reduce some of the traditional bureaucratic issues involved in bidding. Why do I talk about bureaucratic issues? For all government-related matters, such as bidding or placing orders, generally speaking, the lowest bidder wins. Or if there are some good conquests, such as those written into the KPI channel of the report, then they can be selected first. Before we get to the report, we must first get to the expression. This takes a long time, and a lot of time, you always have to find some dummies to do it. Well, even if I want to go to this company, a company, you always have to find company B and company C to compare. If not, you can't get insurance, yes. So I don't know whether Doug will change these habits. But at the same time, the purpose of Doge is to improve efficiency. And improving efficiency means making the money more valuable. So will this affect the channels? Well, there are things that need to be done. For example, you originally had 2 orders, but now 1 order is messed up. Will it affect the orders? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but of course we believe in PLTL's evaluation, yes. But one of his more important factors, the immediate catalyst, or what everyone needs to pay attention to, is the contribution of the private sector to his revenue.
Look at it. Basically, the government keeps giving them projects like this. Yes, to be honest, yes, I think it is the opposite. For PLTL, the government may not want to do it, but it is forced to give it to them. Yes, because all your things are exposed. So I can watch this PLTR again. Well, I want to talk to you about a car. Actually, Achilles is just wondering if we all have telepathic connection. Then he said he had sold all his Honda, Dongfeng, and Tesla cars and only had Toyota. Taste sample. Hey, I just want to tell you the same thing. It's about Japanese stocks. Before, we were talking about the three major car awards. That is, the Type GTR was scrapped, right? You want to talk? Yeah, what do you think about this? Well, Honda and Nissan have terminated their merger talks, and the stock market has told you. What do you think?
Oh, just look at Honda's stock price and you'll know.
Hey, I am interested in Honda's stock price. I am interested in it. I am interested in it.
Didn't we see the mic?
No, if you want to look at the US stock market, you can look at Kanta. Then I looked at the Japanese stock market, 7267, it's Kangda.
What are you doing? It went up by 8% today. Oh yes, it's a good start, a good start. I didn't make a mistake, I didn't make a mistake.
Oh yes, then follow up, That's right, because that's right, you don't buy it. Then it means you are not interested,
Oh wow, that's good. No need to buy some garbage. Everyone has the same opinion.
System. But after the merger, it was still an under Honda. Yes, it's Nissan under Honda. Oh yes. But Nissan is really like this in the eyes of car enthusiasts.
Hey, not just car enthusiasts. We always have to look at it. In the market, we always have to look at the operation. Yes, even sometimes we feel very sorry. Hey, GTR. Yes, you can see it in the movies, a National Treasure class sports car, full-time four-wheel drive, right? Amu has told you before, he is really sharp, very sharp, but there is a car company like you that can make such powerful cars. Hey, your performance is so poor. Your cars can't be sold. This is shocking. It makes everyone very sorry. What's more, it's not that it doesn't have innovation, it also has innovation, such as its e-power transmission system. However, it seems that it is losing market share. Yes, it is the same for Kanda. Faced with this dilemma, that is why it first sought to find a car manufacturer to acquire. Well, why don't you acquire Toyota?
Oh, that's a pity.
Yes, everyone is stupid to pay attention to you, right? You want to establish yourself into a position where you can compete with Toyota or return to the past. What you can do is to find some car manufacturers of similar scale to the existing ones, but what everyone is worried about is that your operational efficiency is poor. So, I don't really want you to buy it, but I'm more worried that it will affect the one that Kanda owns now. Well, Kanda is actually a Japanese car manufacturer. It is a relatively independent car manufacturer. Well, you all know that Japanese companies are interconnected with a very broad industrial chain and OEM chain. For example, Nissan is like this and Toyota is like this. They are two big systems. Yes, but Honda seems to have nothing to do with it. From the gearbox to the steering to the engine to the small cars to the big cars, from Type R to none, he can adjust everything by himself. This is very different from the tradition of other car manufacturers. Everyone is worried that if you don't have this style or this operating model, it will affect your original good brand or your good operating model. Yes, everyone will have such worries.
Hey, because when you were talking, although I heard it, but I didn't know what you were talking about. Yes, I really didn't know. Because from my perspective, I only look at the model of the car when I look at it.
It's just for show, so Honda doesn't have to say anything, right? No, I always think Honda is not sexy.
Well, not really. I want to say I just searched for a car recently, and I want to tell you that it may really take a while for an offer. Yes. Jimmy, he has a new car, did you know? Jimmy is Suzuki. That is, Suzuki has launched a new car. In the past, Jimmy was more detailed, a car type. Yes, now actually it is out, most of it, like a small car, that is it the four-door version?
You want to talk.
Yes, is it the four-door version? This one doesn't seem to be a four-door, but a two-door version.
This one he is not showing off, he is not coming, what is it? Yes, because there are a few of them. The fourth generation, let me tell you. Yes, hey, Jimny was actually originally a K car. Yes, there are K cards. K cards mean these. K cards are used in Japan. They refer to light vehicles. The meaning of light vehicles is that they must have a certain length, width, height, and weight. The power capacity and engine displacement are all subject to an upper limit. The engine displacement is 660C. Oh, and the horsepower, if I remember correctly, is 63 or 66 horsepower. Yes, if you remember, you can leave a message. So this is just UA. Oh, it's the upper limit. So if you drive one of these cars, you'll get some benefits, like parking will be easier, driving on the highway will be easier, and so on, and you can also drive through some narrow streets and alleys, something like that, yes. So originally Jimny was a fancy car, but later it developed a normal car version. Hey, why is it that the Jimny sold in Hong Kong, the licensed one is 1,500cc? Yes, but in Japan, besides the 1,500cc, there are also K models, 660cc. Yes, I'm going to tell you again. Yes, tell you how many big ones you can get with a 660cc. Yes.
Oh, hey, I thought all along that Jimmy was Jimmy. Turns out it's Jim, so he's called Jimmy. Oh, so anyway, now he has reached the 4th generation. Come on, let me take a look. That is to say, take a look. It is actually very handsome, but I will take a look at its stock price again. Then I want to ask you something. What do you think of Suzuki's current performance? Because if you look at it from a longer perspective, it is actually at a high level, 7 to 69. Yes, I remember you mentioned Suzuki before.
I seem to be talking about the broom guy.
Oh, I don't remember it very well. Hey, but it has gone through a big circle. After reaching the bottom, it has actually reached a high level. Yes, what do you think?
Look at the valuation. Yes, analyze it. It's better to look closely at the valuation. Okay, wow. The PE ratio, the predicted PE ratio is 99 times click to buy.
It's too high, isn't it?
It's a stock. For car companies, some of these traditional and concrete industrial stocks that you can see at a glance, their PE will not exceed 20 times. Yes, unless you are a company with a certain scale and you have economies of scale, then Suzuki is not a big deal. Suzuki is a company, so of course it is the leader in small cars. Yes. Well, in Japan there are actually only a few factories that make fine cars. Daihatsu are all under Tsucha and are Suzuki products. Nissan is part of Mitsubishi, that is, it is made by Mitsubishi, and Mitsubishi helps it make small cars. Yes. Then, of course, it is Coanda, so there are not too many Coanda models. Yes, but the price is very high, it is a good fit. Once it is out, it is not a small car. Small cars are not small cars at all. The small car is really about K card, AN1, AN box. D Wade, huh? N1A, no, this is N1. N1 is really none good. Yes, well, let's also have the S6060, the most classic one. Honda, yes. Let's take a look at these. They are truly classics. You can count all of them are the same, and you know what car it is immediately.
Wow, these are considered small cars. It turns out that this one is really a very small one.
Oh, hey, I seem to have seen my neighbor have one a long time ago. I brought them for practice. I didn't tell him it was a 1-1 model. Okay, yes, you look at it, you look at the picture he has for comparison. Hey, yes, it's really good details.
Well, I can take a look at some Japanese cars and stocks. I haven't seen a Subaru for a long time, but I don't remember the number. Can you tell me the number and help me search it? Okay. Hey, I'm busy making rice cakes. Did I make a mistake? Hey, 9778, 9778, like that. Oh, sorry, 9778, yes.
Dubaru, wow, it's still very pretty. Everything has been explained. I think it's good. Yes, okay, it's good. Because when you were talking about it was already last year, and I was like, yes, it was September. Yes, 9Q3. And I was like, it's still 8,000 now. Oh, I'm so angry. I already told you in September last year that I want our APP to be able to catch up. Oh, yes, now you are trying hard to catch up with us. What are you doing? My APP is coming soon.
But our company now can track Japanese stocks. If you are interested, please call us to track it.
Hello. Why is this so serious? This can be explained because let everyone catch up. Go to virtual assistant first.
Yes, that's it. I've been thinking about it all day long. Virtual assistant system.
So everyone can use our APP to follow it directly, but you need to take a product knowledge test. This is a quality inspection requirement. All of our questions are very reasonable. Yes. I can't go into details. Have you done it?
I did.
Yes, if you don't know, you can ask me. Can.
Day sample. Well, today the time is almost the same. It overrun a little. Thank you so much for coming. Same here. Thank you for not having too much class. Wish you all good luck and prosperity.
Hey, congratulations on your prosperity. I haven't told you all about this yet.
Yes, no, you didn't say anything.
I wish you all good health.
The most important thing is to stay healthy, because recently I have to say a few words. The flu is raging. Everyone who goes out on the street, remember to wear a mask, especially when school starts soon. I have to say that when school starts soon, there may be a lot of germs and we don't know the incubation period, so there is a chance of a major outbreak once school starts.
Do you recommend vaccination?
Oh yes, is it?
Oh, I haven't done any research.
It's the same. So please wear a mask when you go out and everyone stays healthy. We will meet you at the same time next Wednesday. Bye everyone.
Bye.